Hi everybody, it's Robbie and Zoe from Southern California, and we are on the deck. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to take you a spin on the deck because I think in the next couple weeks this whole deck is going to change. Well, the gardening part, the vegetables. Yes, this bird is literally 3 inches from me. Hey sweetie, coming in for a drink? Oh, we've got thousands of hummingbirds and orioles and all of them coming in. Look at the hummingbirds up there. Let's walk around. Let me tell you what has been going on because I kind of took a break from my deck. I am working on setting up this section here, and bear with me. It is so windy and cold. It was pouring and thunder and lightning yesterday, and we've been having crazy weather this year. It's unbelievable. But I've been changing this area here to be a designated area for hummingbirds to feed, though there are multiple feeders all over the property and the gardens and everywhere. Now this is the window that you see, the famous place where the hummingbird built her nest and raised babies for 3 years and moved her nest to the other side of the house. But that is the famous hook, and it's been there all these years, and that feeder needs to be filled too. It's a constant battle here to get everything full. Now I've got one fountain going there. That's my hat fountain that I made, and the video is up from last year. Then I've got these cups here. This is called a cup caddy. I got it at Dollar Tree and I planted some flowers in here. I've got a geranium cutting, and I'm not sure what this is, but that one might be a hummingbird's lunch, Kufia. There's nothing in that one yet because I'm going to go grab a cutting. Then here is a window box. Picked it up at a store for $1.49. It was like one of these dollar stores, but it wasn't a conventional one. This has been great. I planted this up a little bit ago, and these are apple trees. Don't ask. I don't know. They came up on my windowsill in a flower pot, and I thought, I don't want to compost them yet. So I'm using them to hold water. See how it's so damp and nice under there? So I just stuck them there instead of composting them. But these are a couple flowers I planted in here. This is marigolds coming up from my seeds from last year. And then this is more hummingbird's lunch, and I spotted in little tiny pieces, and they've taken. I believe they've rooted because they went back to flower. That is a blanket flower, the Indian blanket flower or blanket flower. That was a cutting off of it. That seems to have taken too. We've got geraniums there, and look at Zoe's got this new thing. She stands on my foot when she wants to be, I guess, picked up and see what's going on. This is the famous peaceable for the orioles who just came in while we were standing here. And then more flowers, some from last year. Some of them are cuttings. Look at this. I got this at the 99-cent store, but it wasn't 99 cents, it was $1.49, so close enough. In one of the pots I picked up for 99 cents. Whoa. Look at the wind. Unbelievable. And they didn't predict this. And then these are waste paper baskets from Walmart with flowers from last year. Let's do a quick zip. I'm just starting to get situated as to how I want to do this. Now, last year, we took everything apart and redid the deck, and I had totes down the middle for quite a few years. I'm going to keep the totes in the garden. I'm going to make this more of a small space garden so anybody can do it, and I'm working with the wire basket stands that I love. And you can use 2 wire baskets together and put any type of pot in the center. It's stable. She hasn't knocked anything down. She doesn't even try. Then I made the square one. You can check out the video on that. The lettuce is coming up. I put a little stick in the middle to hold the tool up. This is to keep birds out, rats out, and bigger rats out. You know what she's looking at? A lizard. She found the lizard the other day stuck in a bucket and had me take it out. Now she sits and looks at him. So I'm setting this up in a fashion in which anybody can grow a small time garden. Now, you know about these stands. I am so crazy about these clothes racks. I just can't say enough good things about them. I've got all different ways to make them disappear. In other words, you look at it, you don't know it's a clothes rack. You can hang everything from here. Hummingbird feeders, which they already emptied, flowers, bird baths. We're gonna get into so much, and you can cover them up where you don't see them. I've done that one. And that, I've got the video. If it's not up, it will be up soon. But that is one way. I've got another way that works fantastic. Besides, you can always spray paint it if you wanted to too. Let's keep walking around here. Going to redo here. And this I put up as a makeshift curtain because I'm going to grow lettuce. I grow lettuce all summer, even in the heat. It doesn't matter. And it's back there, and they're growing because they need shade until the sun drops. because right now the sun, this is how very south facing. The sun is still just above here, and it will soon drop where you will get shade this part of the house here, and that will work really well. But until then, I've got to shade it. I'm changing that. These are just some old flags that I had, and I used it, but it's going to be changed. It's going to look much better, and it will be neater, and it will give me the option to take it down or put it up as quick as I need it. Not clipping, though clipping is fine. I use a lot of my paper fasteners. You can get that at Dollar Tree, 99 cents, or anywhere. They're cheap. They're like $1 for 10, 20 of them. I'm going to change that, and I hope to get to that really soon. There is my Traveler's tomato doing really good. I have to get another cutting off. There's a window box, and all those onions, they're growing in milk cartons. And then behind it, I can walk over here for a second. I've got lettuce growing back there. Again, microclimates. I keep this open for the baby onions that are taking off and growing in the milk cartons. I'm going to fix that up where you won't even know it's milk cartons. And then I have to shade that part because I have to create another microclimate for the lettuce. Is this not a beautiful, beautiful day? I just can't get over how gorgeous. It's just the wind, and I'm hoping you can hear me and it's not going to sound horrible. If it sounds horrible, I guess, I don't know, I'll have to redo it. But then there's my sage back there. She's looking. Do you see him back there? Is he there? I don't see him. I'm sure he is because you saw him. It's just, we've got a couple lizards that live up here. Look at all the hummingbirds. Literally, they've been coming in by the thousands. They said there was going to be a super bloom, and super blooms are unique. They're supposed to happen every so often, quite a few years apart. So it would be a normal bloom, I would say, this year because of many reasons, such as too much rain, which we have had. As you can see, the hillsides are all green. Those are weeds. If you notice, there's no flowers because the weeds that are either native or invasive are drowning out a lot of the flower seeds that need to get up, and they're being pushed out. So I don't know how many flowers there'll be this year because of all the grasses coming up. So they've been coming in here by the thousands, and I'm going to have to fill all these feeders again, which I just did an hour ago. But going back to here, going to clean this all up. I may get rid of this old swing, put that in my bird garden, and maybe put some clothes racks here. And the reason I like the clothes racks, they're only like $8, and you can move them. They're portable, and that is a big reason why I like them. This I can't move. It weighs a ton, and I'd be able to get around it better, to be honest. So this may go, but we'll see. That's not the big thing. This has worked out fantastic. I'm composting in here. I've got the lid, which is back there right now, and I can cover it. And I've got an old can of dog food in there. There was cheese I put in. Everything is composted down. It is so full of earthworms. And look at the potatoes coming up. Look at the carrot grew in there. Look at the roots on it. Isn't that funny? Don't ever let anybody tell you cannot grow in compost. This stuff is growing in the compost. Here's a tomato plant coming up that I don't want. The water goes in there. It catches in that bucket. See the holes? So I can keep this covered. See? And then I can water the plants. If I see any wigglers in there for mosquitoes, I just go ahead and water all the plants. It becomes part of the plant food, and let it start over. Celery, I'm going to change all this. There's more lettuce back there. If I change it up into small containers like these, I have complete control. The smaller your gardening, the more control you have. Now, this is going to be amazing. I've done it before. I'm going to set that up. That is, well, something I've been looking at, kind of deciding how I wanted to do it. I was going to do it there, but being that the marigolds are growing, and I've got the orioles and hummingbirds feeding there all day, I'm going to leave that. It's doing just what I want it to do, but I'm going to set this one up with zucchini, and we'll do that in the next couple days. Here's a lettuce in a wire basket, a trash can from the 99-cent store, though you can use any floral pot, and you can decorate it. You can put fabric around there and then drop in a floral pot or just a pot from the nursery. Sometimes they give them away, and it could look quite nice. Really, really nice. And then here, this is a dish pan from Dollar Tree, and I've got 4 lettuce already growing in there. I've got a cup in the middle, so all I have to do is water that. It disperses water all through the bottom. This is just some leaves and grass clippings and wood chips from around here, and that also feeds that. I don't have to open that up or take the clips off until I'm going to go harvest. And if it gets too sunny, pick it up, move it in the shade. Some of these are, one of them's cracked. I think it fell over in the wind. I'll probably get rid of that. If it's red celery, I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't want any red celery. I have enough. I want the green. I happen to like the green and I don't want it intermingling with the seeds that I'm getting off the green because everything that's been coming up has been reddish. It's got a different taste. It's not that it's hot. Some people say it's hot, but the point is it's different and I'm not that crazy about it. So why not grow what I like? And then here's my little area that I've been propagating flowers. I mean, you know I did this one over a year ago, a little piece I got from either Home Depot or Lowe's, and I stuck it in the pot. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? A little nothing piece. And then there's some flowers back there. Look at this, buttercups. There is my fountain that I made. Is this not beautiful? This is a scented geranium, and boy, does it smell good. This came out of the front yard. I was taking a walk, and I picked up a little tiny nasturtium, just growing wild, and there's a lettuce in there too. Lettuce grows everywhere here. And I stuck it in. This is a milk carton, by the way. I don't know if I can lift this up. It's a milk carton, and it's covered in fabric, so you don't even know it's that. And that's growing there for now. And then this is another cutting. These are all cuttings. Cupias, boy, take a piece and you can get free plants. This is from last year. It needs to be refurbished. There's a couple different salvias in there. So I want to get that redone. And then this is just from my garden. And that's basically it. What I wanted to do here is let's come back. Give me a couple weeks. Oh, these are from Dollar Tree. I love these with the monarchs, and at night they light up. Oh, and mint. I busted up. I had mint growing in a plastic bag. Yes, a food bag. Took it all out, busted it up and planted it. And now I've got it there. I've got it here, and there's another pot somewhere. And then these are some seeds I started. See? Canary zinnias. Aren't they not beautiful? I want to put 3 in one pot. Walking onions, baby walking onions. This is all got to be cleaned up. So I'm going to get a greenhouse out here made out of a tote. It's actually sitting there right now. I'm not using it. Just some seedlings are sitting on top. I'm going to set it up here. And then this way I can grow seeds all summer. I mean, some people say it's too late. I start seeds all year. It doesn't matter. I mean, if they don't make it, you compost it or you eat it small if it's a green. So it won't matter. And as far as tomatoes, if you're in an area where you have a really short growing season for tomatoes, no big deal. Speaking of tomatoes and short growing season, make sure you get the small variety, something in the cherry fashion, because those ripen so fast. You don't have to wait. They turn, green, they're tiny, they suddenly turn red, orange, or yellow, and you've got a tomato. With the big ones, let me tell you something. You lose a lot of the big ones early on because you're waiting for it, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then what happens? A rat comes along before the time is right to pick it, and it's gone. So with that, that's why I don't grow a lot of big tomatoes. A few here and there, and I am going to grow the Voyager or the Traveler tomato, which is in a proper situation a big tomato, and that would be the only one, and I'll do that out in the garden, not on the deck. The only reason that one is there because I started it late in the summer. I brought it out here and it wintered all year, and now I'm doing cuttings off of it. My cuttings are in the house, but these are the seeds from last year. I got some more growing, and I have 2 more still in the house. I left the small ones in. I'm hardening these off by bringing them out during the day, but keeping them in the shade. If they get a little bit of sun, that's okay. And then I do take them in at night because last night we were about 44 degrees. We got really cold again, and certain plants don't like it. But as you can see, lettuce and celery and garlic and walking onions and flowers and, well, your greens, your tree collards, they don't mind it. So I don't have to worry about that. Of course, I left the lettuce outside too. But when it comes to your new plants, now these have been hardened off. I did leave this outside. But the seedlings that I did, I bring them in the evening and bring them back out. But I'm going to set up the greenhouse. I'll show you how, hopefully within the next week, so you can set some up too, and then you can have that going all summer. As far as winter for you, it depends if you have snow. We don't have snow, so I can use it all winter for different plants. I've got one in my garden that I use for propagating geraniums. I've got a whole tote, which is like a greenhouse of geraniums. I don't know where to put them. So anyways, let's come back in a couple weeks, right, Zoe? Or not, maybe sooner. Maybe we'll come back next week. What do you think? She thinks we're going to go do something. And we'll see how it looks. So take a good look at it. And if you got any ideas of what you think you want me to grow here, go ahead and throw it in the comments, because I read them, and I might find something thinking, maybe I will try that. But as you see, this year I do have a lot of flowers, and that's what I plan on doing, flowers and food, and definitely food. There's nothing nicer than just running out here and grabbing a handful of lettuce or parsley or onions or whatever I need right from here, and not even have to go traipsing through the garden to go see what I can find, especially when our weather is so cold. I love the heat, but I don't love the cold. So with that, have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed this little quick thing on the deck, and let's see the transformation in the next week or so. Bye-bye, everybody. Still has a lot of food in it, even though I haven't done a thing. But I am working now.